Why waking up at 5 a.m. is not for everyone. You see, you've got a biological clock, and that's not the same as that clock on the wall or the natural circadian rhythm as we know it. And these two, your inner clock and the outer clock, might not be in sync, unlike the popular 5 a.m. narrative will have us believe. Now, why this is important is because if your workday clock is taking to a different rhythm than your internal one, then you won't be that productive and might feel tired all the time. It also implies that if you're following others' routine or a so-called perfect routine and trying to work out in the morning or emulating the lifestyle of experts, it actually might backfire and end up doing us more harm than good. Latest science on this subject says that we're genetically coded to do some things only at a certain period of our day. As it says in the Bible, to everything there's a season and a time to every purpose under heaven. And this is different for everyone. You can't fight your own internal nature. You will lose, resulting in a lack of productivity, poor health, and accelerated aging. And this is the subject of The Power of When, a book by sleep doctor Michael Brewer. In it, it reveals the 4 basic chronotypes and helps you discover which one of them you are and how you should sync your daily schedule for optimal health and performance. These 4 chronotypes are bears, lions, dolphins, and wolves. Bears form the majority of the population, about 50%. They prefer a more solar-based schedule, which means that the normal workday schedule suits them just fine. They're more than fine getting up at 7 a.m. and going to bed at 11 p.m. They're most productive during the late part of the morning and most alert between mid-morning and late afternoon. Wolves, on the other hand, are nocturnal hunters. They function best late evenings, just when the bears are done with their workday, and are even productive late at night. They form 15 to 20% of the world population. Think of most musicians, artists, writers. They have no idea why society is organized the way it is. Wolves are moody pessimists, but they're also incredibly creative individuals who find it hard to get through the day without a few cups of coffee. Now, lions, again the same percentage of people as the wolves, are early birds. They're morning hunters. They don't need alarms to wake up in the morning. And when we say morning, we mean while it's still dark outside. They're get-to-the-top overachievers and tacticians, stable and practical people who prioritize their health and fitness. They're most productive in the early morning and most alert at noon. And by early evening, they're too tired to do anything but go to sleep, just when the wolves are getting started. And the 4th chronotype are the dolphins. Very light sleepers, just like the animals. They sleep only with one half of their brains. The other one is anxious about what kind of predators tomorrow may bring. Many dolphins, about 10% of the population, are introverted insomniacs. They have a tough time falling asleep and staying asleep. However, they're also very intelligent and strive for perfection. Their attentiveness to details sometimes leads them to obsessive compulsive disorders and neuroticism. They're most alert when they need this the least, that is, late night. And they're most productive at different times of the day, in spurts that is, which is why it's difficult for them to keep a regular schedule. Now that we know what the 4 chronotypes are, identify where you are. You might not fall neatly into one chronotype. You could very well be somewhere in between, like me, a mix of wolf and bear. Just try to align your day to your internal biological clock or circadian rhythm as much as you can. That way, you should feel plenty of energy through your workday, whatever that looks like for you. The key takeaway, and what debunks the 5 a.m. myth, is that if you were born a wolf, you will never naturally be able to get up super early as a born lion. I know this well. I tried unsuccessfully for decades. What changed the game for me is learning about my chronotype, coming to peace with it, and structuring my workday around it. And here's the kicker. By adjusting the timing of your meals, your workouts, caffeine intake, exposure to artificial and natural light, and some biohacking, each chronotype can make huge improvements in their health, energy, and productivity. So learn to work with your body, not against it. It's the only one you got.